welcome everyone to the Trading Talk Uncensored live Q&A session. My name is Danny and I will give you the webinar today. To begin with, we're going to have the previous questions that our team has prepared. Okay, and the dynamic questions is the section that I'm referring to, and that's what I'm explaining you now. The privilege of having a live Q&A that allows you to just ask whatever questions you want along the way, and hopefully I can show you the answer on the screen, which will be pasted down here. Okay, apart from the questions that we're going to go through. Third part will be more of just sending you some things here to save you the trouble to find it by yourselves. And lastly, our analysis bit is, well, you know how it goes. If we're not going to get questions involved with analysis, and we'll have to use those to simulate how analysis works, so we'll do that. Otherwise, I would rather just do it through the questions themselves, and then we can learn from, we can answer the questions and learn at the same time. Okay. So any capital markets and trading information disclosed in this webinar is provided for informative purposes only and should not be constructed or applied as an investment advice, recommendation, or a suggestion. Now, apart from that, as I said, because this webinar is recorded, you have a chance later on to just go to our channel and just review the webinar at your own pace. That's just as simple as it gets. So as I said, we're going to try our best to just answer those questions on the screen. To begin with, we have the first question. Is it mandatory to trade with a plan? Okay. Is there a, first of all, I'm going to read what we are going through, and then perhaps I'm not going to answer everything in a linear order, so I'd rather read it first. We have this question here from Jeremy. On the trade dashboard, please provide guidance on how to, my list is too long. Let's choose the easiest one to explain. Trend, channel, pitchfork, Fibonacci retracement. Okay, we'll see, we'll get to that. So basically what you want me to do, first of all, thank you. As you understand the concept swiftly, and that's amazing. So you guys can just as Jeremy did, you can just paste down the question. Let me just see how we can pull it into our, okay, how I can somehow paste it onto the presentation. Okay, let's hope that it works. Okay, let's see. Okay. Although I might have to, no, that seems perfectly fine. Maybe a couple of things here, but we'll get to that. Very good. Thank you, Jeremy. Okay. So to begin with, we're going to go through the questions. Then perhaps maybe we'll answer it by this order, maybe the other way around. Okay. So the first question is it mandatory to trade with a plan? Well, the answer for this is, of course, it's not, but we'll get to deeper depths in a moment. Second question is there a real automatic system making money automatically? Okay, perhaps, is there a real system making money automatically? Okay, could be. How does Forex? Yeah, Forex works. Okay, is it and is it really the best thing for beginners? Okay, interesting. The last thing is, how can we access the signals on AvaTrade? So that is going to take me exactly 10 seconds to show you the signals section. No, I'm kidding. Of course, we're going to go more comprehensively with that, but we'll get to that. I feel that the right thing to do is to first begin with just this, because perhaps it will give us an idea how to establish just the basics, perhaps for people that are not entirely familiar with the concept. So let's quickly have that. We're going to quickly put it into our notepad here. Okay, we'll fold that down. It's the best thing for beginners. Yeah, well, we'll see about that. Let me just quickly pick one of the Forex pairs. Maybe euro pound, not such a bad choice. Okay, very nice, very nice. So how does Forex works? Basically, what we understand from here, because the value is negative and we're already familiar with pound being stronger than the euro, right? How many euros do I need to have 1 pound? Who can tell me how many euros I need to have 1 pound? Anybody? Anybody has any idea? How many euros to have 1 pound, right? Oh, 84. Very nice, very nice. What does that mean exactly? That means that, first of all, this is always the primary. It's also said here, euro sterling. If it would have been the other way around, it would have probably been 1 point something. Yeah, but because the negative, the value is negative, we understand that this is the primary currency, and we need this much euros to have pound. In other words, 1 pound worth more than a euro, right? We need basically more euros to have 1 pound. That's the basic. Now, with that in mind, what I actually want with a buy is that the euro's value will get closer to the pound. Okay, that means that if hypothetically, let me show you that quickly. Where was it? That was, okay, was here, right? I don't know if I don't know if you guys remember that, but there was a time when euro and pound was almost the same, right? Let's have a timeline on it. Now, in this hypothetical scenario, okay, when the euro is and the pound is the same, okay, if we're looking at the scenario that we are at right now, and I'm with a buy, what I actually want is that the euro value will get closer to the pound, or the pound will decrease versus the euro, okay, which will obviously increase the value here. Yeah, we understand. So the euro, the stronger it gets, the value will increase, okay, closer to the pound, of course, to 1 pound. Or if the pound decreases versus the euro, which is basically the same as we are looking here at the contract for difference. Basically looking at here at euro versus pound, right? This is how we used to call it in the past. Okay, great. So how do we make money with that? Okay, the question was, how does it work? So this is basically how it works, right? We have a contract, euro versus pound. The value here represent how many pound 1 euro worth. So obviously we need more than 1 euro to have a pound. Great. But how do we make money with it though? Let's suppose I would like to take a position with a bare minimum. Okay, and let's quickly, because we are with a buy, let's establish something very simple. When we are with a buy, I want the value to always increase, right? This is why I've showed you that point on March 2020, right? It was here as well recently, but it wasn't as close to the what we had in here. Yeah, so in this case, we understand that when I'm with a buy, I want the value to increase. Therefore, if I would like to place something called take profit, which is a pending order, it will have to be in a higher place, right? So if the value now is 0.8429, okay, my take profit as an example will have to be higher than the, okay, let's switch back, because I have a feeling it might be difficult for us to analyze it this way. But what about now? Let's see, that's a little bit better. So let's suppose Okay, we have to drag it to the left to get the most recent numbers, basically what we have this week. So while I'm showing you things, you saw that I'm clicking on some buttons here. So just to clarify, this one allows me to choose the time length that the candle presents. So right now it's presenting weeks, but I could just as much pick days, turning the candlesticks into days. We are not able to get data from the candles because the crosshair is to click and drag. Click and drag by default. You see, there is nothing on it. But if I want to get information from the candles, which I want, I have to change the crosshair here right in the middle of the toolbar. Click and click on crosshair. And then I have the data. So with this in mind, as we are looking at days, and I would like to confirm that each day here is each candle here is a day. Okay, so we're looking at the 10th, which was yesterday, 11th today, 9th, 8th, and so on and so on. This will work the same way with any other time frame. If it's weeks, so 7 days difference. If it's months, so 1 month difference, and so on and so on. Okay, now how do we make money with euro pound? So basically, if I'm going to take a buy with 0.01, I'm going to click here on take profit and as well on the stop loss. But just a second, Danny, what exactly are those? So basically, we can execute the market price as it is. We can execute a buy, launch it as it is. Okay, and we can launch it with a pending orders. So we have regular execution and we have pending orders. Pending orders, okay, which is execute when price hits. We have the take profit and we have the stop loss. What is the difference? Obviously, execute when price hits, launches the position when reaching the price. Okay, it's important, super important to remember that this is going to be based on what we have here at the top. Therefore, if we were with a sell, this would acknowledge the sell. If we are with a buy, that's going to go for a buy. This used to be, I don't know if you guys remember, whoever trade MT4 and MT5, we have pending buy and pending sell. So this is the pending buy and pending sell. Just different interpretation to make it a little easier. And then we turn it to execute when price hits. Of course, you don't have to remember anything that I say because it's already here, right? So there is really no need to panic. Everything is here on the platform. Now, execute when price hits, launches the position automatically. When reaching the price, in here, we're gonna quickly grab that and just change the launches to close. Okay, now we have it. Take profit, close the position automatically when reaching the price. Close the position automatically with a profit. Reaching the price, very nice. Okay, and we have that. Close the position with a loss. Perfect. Okay, so let's suppose that I would like to apply here some nice take profit. Maybe, let's say, just a second, 100 pips higher, let's suppose. Okay, we're going to increase it by 100. And then if I'll change the lot size also to here, it allows me to see the difference. But let's make it flat. So 0.84. Just to clarify one more thing, because there could be confusion between when you're changing the numbers, right? The take profit that the platform offers me automatically is not the current price. It is not the current price. It's a higher price than the existence price. And why is that? Because the reason that I said in the beginning, when we are with a buy, take profit will be higher, yeah? And when we are with a sell, take profit will be lower, okay? That works the exact same way for the stop loss. So take profit has to be higher with a buy, okay? Take profit has to be higher, let's suppose here. Okay, right? Take profit for a buy, yeah? And if I have a stop loss with a buy, it will have to be lower. Now, of course, I can modify and do something called trailing stop, and I can move the stop loss towards my profit ratio and so on and so on. We're not there. It's not the subject for now. Now, logically, when I'm buying something, take profit needs to be higher and stop loss needs to be lower. Okay, and that's how also the platform presenting it for me. So watch, I am now at 084.29. So I'm going to click on the take profit, and it's showing me immediately a price, a value that is higher than the current value. So in order to increase by exactly 100 pips, we're going to first flat it out. So we're going to go 0.84289. Okay, and then we are going to simply increase. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is my pip, right? 0.001. So we're going to go, if this is 1, we have 10, 100. We're going to increase that by 100. Okay. Oh, we're going to change that. Now, when we are with 100, the impact will be 100. Okay. When we are with full lot, every pip worth 10 pounds, 10 euros, sorry, for this contract. When we are with 0.1, so that means it will be 100. And when we are, sorry, for 1 pip, it will be $1. Okay, so we have for 1 lot, it will, let me also show you why. Okay, so if we're going to look at that, we're going to look at the full lot, every pip worth 10. This is why when we increase that by 100, how much is 10 times 10, guys? Yeah, very simple. And if I would to take it to the bare minimum, it will be $10, right? 10 euros, sorry, my bad. So when we're looking at 100 pips versus 0.01, it will be 10. Very, very simple, okay? So basically one lot, when 1 lot, every pip worth 10, 0.1 every pip worth €1 when we're looking at here, and with 0.01 it will be 10 cents. Okay, so 10 cents, $1, and 10 cents, €1 or 10 euros. Super, super simple. This is why when I've increased that by 100 and I with 0.1, it's going to show me 100. Okay, but this is, again, this is £100. It's more than €100. This is why it's not a flat number. Okay, great. So that's basically how it works. And this is super basic. Again, if I would take a buy and it will go higher, I'll make profit. If it goes down, I'll have a loss. This take profit and stop loss allows me to basically automate when I'm going to close the position. Okay, very simple. This is the margin. Perhaps we'll speak about it in a moment with a different asset just to diverse. Okay, but that's basically how Forex works. Keep in mind different pairs has different pip location, but the principle stays the same. Okay, let's get rid of that for the time being. Do we have any questions, guys, about that bit? Just before we disclose the question and carry on with ease, do we have any questions? Okay, we have the question from Michael. So basically 10.01, each pip is 10. Yeah, that is correct. A very, very nice question here from Jeremy. I just hope it will fit into the presentation. Let me go through that quickly. Jeremy, thank you so much for this question, but unfortunately, it might be challenging for me to open MT4 now and show things on MT4, as it will also require me to explain our dear audience the whole facility on MT4, which I can't because I'm showing it here. So if you want, you can rephrase your question so it will be compatible with this interface. And I almost forgot to tell you guys, this interface is in our website. You don't have to download, you don't have to install, you just log in with your email and password and you're supposed to see that. Nothing beyond that. Okay, if it doesn't look this way, you can just contact your senior account manager or the customer service, and they will apply it on your behalf. Great. Okay, very good. So we are quickly going to put down here. Oh, I understand. I think I understand. So basically what you want to do is to duplicate your drawing and analysis onto a new screen, if I understood you correctly, which can easily be done with MT4. I'm not sure that it's possible in here, as this platform is a mask embedded into the website. So if you want, and I would suggest you to send your question to your senior account manager, you can check with a sketch of what it's supposed to look like from MT4 or MT5 with a screenshot, and then you can ask how it can be perhaps exported, and then perhaps to customize it in here. But it's a little complicated to answer it now because it will consume a lot of our time, and I really want to show as much as sorry, as much as content. Sorry guys, just a second. Okay, so as I said, I really want to give as much as practical content as I can, and this is why I'd like to run. Okay, so how does Forex works? Forex is the difference between currency pairs, okay, which is measured in pips. Basically that. Okay, percentage in point. Okay. Oh, let me get that a little smaller somehow. There we go. Okay. Let's go with that, because this is actually a very frequent question, which I'm sure all of you would love to see the answer. There is a question here. Question may be for later. Why the AvaTrade web platform does not allow sorting of trades by value, size, open price? I'm not sure. Rashid, first of all, thank you for your amazing question. If you can just put it down for me in a way that I can practically show the answer on the screen, or somehow help with giving an answer, that will be great. Because the question for itself, it's great, but I think it's very open. If you can specify something in particular, I can perhaps show it on the platform. I hope it helps. Okay, so is there a real system making money automatically? Okay, all right. So there are a few things. There are EA, and there is automatic trading. Okay, basically following an individual. And I would like to okay. Who knows what is expert advisor? It's supposed to be this way, I believe. Okay. So, oh, there is, okay, open your trade screen, try to sort your trades by size, for instance. Oh, I understand. I understand what you mean by that. What you want to do is you want to basically determine a segment, you want to determine a factor, which could be value or could be size or could be anything like that. And to be able, by that criteria, if I understood you correctly, which I hope I did, by that criteria, you want to be able to click. Similarly, in here, you want to click on the criteria and it will line down by that criteria from bigger to smaller or something like that. Have I understood you correctly, Rashid? Excellent, perfect. So make a suggestion. Same as I said for Jeremy, we are evolving mainly thanks to this kind of suggestions. You can make a suggestion and perhaps we can see if we can do something about it, if we can help you in any way. But I'm not familiar with it currently. Currently, there is no specific way on doing that. If I'm going to go to my trades, my positions as an example, and I have it spread down, I'm not sure that I can pick a specific factor and from that factor to line down the rest of my positions. I don't think that we have it currently. Okay, now is there a real system making money automatically? So of course, there is not even a question about that. These things exist and kicking, if I can say that, but it's not easy to get or to design. So expert advisors are basically something that you install and let it run on your account with MT4 or MT5. I think MT5 has more easier integration and easier just to maneuver with the code and everything. But I'm really not opening that door now because there is a question here. How can I make the suggestion to AvaTrade? Send it to your account manager. Send your account manager, hi, Mr. whatever your account manager name is. I have a good idea. I would like to filter my positions this way. You can also add, I don't know if you have the ability, but you can also have a reference what it can be look like, and then perhaps we can take it from there. The more specific you'll be, the better it will be for us to find a way to assist you. That's in general. Now, as I was about to say, EA expert advisors, because we understand that those questions are coming from people with lack of time or lack of knowledge or any other reason to just automatically automate your trades. Okay, so there is a question here. I need to learn using MT5. What's this best slow channel for me to learn slowly? I highly recommend you, Rashid, and not just you, everybody else, to go to our channel on YouTube and see the guide through and the webinars from Mr. Frey and Mr. Friedman, which often use MT4 and MT5. Other than that, really watch videos and just ask your account manager. Ask your account manager. That's really the easiest thing to do. It can give you a guide through and show you the facility. Okay, now as I was about to say regarding EA, right? So right now I want to have the easiest thing to do is just to download the software on my computer, let it run my account, and if it's automatic, I'm just gonna relax on the beach having some ice cream, and it will make money for me. Unfortunately, to have a running EA, you have to find, well, a good one that does that, and then to know if to modify that or to keep it as it is. Again, I'm not opening that door now, but the question if it's real, if it exists, the answer is yes. Okay, I don't know about an EA that's making money permanently without any modifications. I don't know if there is anything like that, because the market changing and the reality changing, and according to that, well, things needs to be changed. But below here, the second option, let's put 1 next to that and 2 next to this. Okay, now I have it. So the automatic trading following or linking your account, we have several things. We have AvaSocial that basically allows you to link your account to somebody else's account, and that allows you to perform the same execution as the person that you're copying, sorry, or you can follow. So if I'm following someone with AvaSocial, I'm gonna get notifications in his positions, and I can use it for research or just to have an idea how it works. Great. If I wanted to run fluently by itself, what I can do is I can click on the copy option and link my account to the trader's account. And then practically what will happen is if my trader opens a trade, I will open a trade. Furthermore, I can also modify the difference between our accounts to make sense for my size balance. Let's suppose that I'm with, I don't know, $100 or $500 or something just smaller than 10,000, and I'm following somebody with much more considerable balance. Of course, naturally, I might engage issues because he naturally might open positions bigger than mine, and I have the ability to modify this difference. And I can choose, as far as I'm concerned, for my account to only launch positions at the minimum, which is 0.01, or something like that. Everybody can modify their own proportions. Okay, so this is AvaSocial. It's free to download. There is not even a question if I recommend it or not. AvaSocial is something that I think not only beginners, but everybody can enjoy. Now, DupliTrade is something similar. It's also a strategy provider. So you can pick something, a strategy. You also link your account. You get to enjoy automatic trading. Both cases, I think there is a slight markup to the traders, to the trader that you are following. Yeah, you have to pay a little markup between the differences. I'm not opening that door either, because that depends on the person and that depends on the strategy that you're picking, and so on and so on. So you can go and enjoy your own research. All right, but to explain about that into depth will consume all of our time, and we don't want that. Let's quickly have that in our presentation. Quickly have that and put that down in here. Yeah. Okay, we'll also make it a little smaller, just like that. Okay, and we have, what do we have left? The signals, I'm really gonna show it to you in a moment. And is it mandatory to trade with a plan? So let me see what the audience thinks. Guys, do you think that it's mandatory to trade with a plan? Is there no way for me to make money without a plan? Do I have to really go by certain guidelines? What do you think? Or I can just trade freely? Let me see your opinions. Okay, so you have to, Michelle, you wrote that you have to have some kind of a plan. Okay, but does it mean that it's mandatory? What do you mean by you have to have a plan? Who else thinks that a plan is mandatory when trading? Okay, Jill, you comment that you're making profits without the plan. Good for you. Good for you. This is, you see, there is an example here. Rashid, you wrote down plan is good for me. Okay, so we have a couple of people with the plan, and we have Jill here making money without the plan. Okay, great. So from that we understand, which is a living proof, okay, that having a plan is not mandatory. However, with that in mind, let me just show you. Rather than to tell you stories, I like to use the chart to explain things. What seems interesting? Maybe I can show you one of the things that has a signal, and then we get two birds with the same stone. I'm not sure if I want to do that because I also want to show you diverse things. We have a comment here from Jeremiah. It is mandatory because it avoids emotional trading. That's just amazing. I was about to explain exactly that. So basically, let's open up Platinum, see how Platinum is like. Yeah, not bad. Just gonna minimize that, scroll down a bit. We're gonna place one here, place one here, place one here. Don't worry, guys. I'm really going to explain everything, so there's really no need for you to panic. Okay. It's a little too wide. Okay. Let's put it down a bit. Okay. And now, without a plan, you plan to fail. That's a good one. But look, we have Jill here. Who's making money without the plan. So again, the question here, I would like to clarify. The question here is not if a plan is good or not, because everybody understand that when you have a plan, you know where you're heading. And okay, but the question here is if it's mandatory. And I have to tell you a shocking answer. It is not mandatory to have a plan to make profits. It is not. If I randomly click here buy, okay, as long as it gets, let me get rid of that for the time being, as long as it gets beyond the current price, which I have explained many times before in almost every webinar that I give, as long as it passes the spread area, okay, which is 1.7 per unit, if it passes the spread, if I cover the spread, I am gonna make profits, regardless if I have a plan or not. Yeah, so the bottom line here is no, okay? It is not obligatory to have a plan to make profits. However, because of what Jeremiah wrote, and because of what the rest of the people wrote, and I'm sorry, Jill, but without the plan, if something goes against me, I'm gonna be in a problem, right? So let's suppose I'm gonna take a buy, no problem. It gets to the green line, yeah? Let's make it green. And what can I say? The market turns around, okay? And now it turns around onto my red area. Okay, let's paint it in red. And now, if I don't have a plan, okay, I have no idea what am I going to do. I have to decide on the spot. That's the difference between having a plan to not having a plan. If I do have a plan and I can say, listen, if it gets to here, yeah, 980, let's make it 5 quickly. Then I can say, if it gets to here, I wish to close my position. And I can even place a stop loss. What did we learn? That stop loss is below when the position is with the buy, right? So I can quickly go and say, listen, I wish to stop my position at 965, okay, or maybe 985. Gotta keep those lines close, otherwise they disappear, right? Let's see, make it perhaps, let's make it more interesting. Let's make it this way. Okay, yeah, put you into red. Okay, and now 979, very, very nice, which is $20 down. And I can also say, let's have our take profit where $20 up. Let's take this guy, make it $20 higher. Okay. Okay, they are slippery. They are slippery, but we are efficient. This is why we bring it right in place. And I can say, listen, I have a plan and I wish to make such and such amount of money. And suddenly I see that, okay, when I have 0.1 and it gets to here, I can make 200. And I can perhaps lose 200 as well because this is the same length. And thanks to that, I can also do something called risk money management. And also compare my loss to my balance. And with a quick equation, I can also understand what is my exposure. So a plan lets you understand a couple of things, right? We can go interval, we can go potential loss divided by balance equals, let's say, y, and y divided by, sorry, y times 100 equals exposure. Therefore, if I'm going to take 200 and I'm going to divide it by 10,000, which is 0.02, and I'm going to quickly multiply that by 100, just like it says here, it's going to show me, let's do it together. Sorry. No, let's do it again. Okay, 0.02. Okay, let's quickly, something here doesn't make sense. 200. But this is supposed to be 10% is 1,000, 1% is 200, that's supposed to be 2. Therefore, let's try that again. 200 divided by 10,000. Okay, now it makes sense. You see? So we have potential loss 200 divided by 10,000. Sometimes I do things a little swiftly. Don't learn it from me. Do it slowly and surely. That equals 0.02. And of course, 0.02 times 100 give us 10, which is 10% exposure out of 10,000. Yeah. Very, very simple. So we understand that the plan can contribute let's say potential design, perhaps a plan just helps you prepare, right? And design your strategy and determine amounts and determine the time length that you're planning to trade, your trading style. You could also include the risk money management. You can also look at the margin comparison and say, listen, this is platinum, it might be expensive. I'm going to compare it with, let's say, with crude oil as an example. And then I see with crude oil, perhaps I can maybe use less of margin. You can do all kind of things with the plan. But the bottom line here, is it mandatory or not? It is not. If it's recommended to have a plan, absolutely yes, without a question. Without a plan, I'm basically blind and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do in different scenario. So basically, in any other scenario than making profits, I have to make a decision on the spot. And as a trader, it's not advisable. Okay. All right. A plan can contribute strategy, easier strategy design. design. Easier planning for strategy, right? Strategy design, risk money management, exposure, which is part of the risk money management, goals, targets, time, position time duration, and so on and so on. But yeah, I hope that nobody here, nobody is gonna hear that I said that the plan is not mandatory, because I'm a big fan of a trading plan because of how the market is so liquid and volatile, and we can always enjoy different things when it's moving. Okay. Also, let's get that a little smaller. Okay. How can we access the signals on AvaTrade? Let's have that. Put that in our notepad. Oh, sorry, I nearly forgot. Is there any question regarding the trading plan or anything from that bit that I've explained about that question? Okay, we have a question from Hamoudi Radik. Hamoudi Radik. How do I make a plan? Well, the easiest way for you, Hamoudi or Radik, the easiest thing for you is just to contact your senior account manager with a request to make a plan. Hi, I would like to make a plan. Please assist. Okay, and hopefully your account manager will assist you with the plan. If you don't have an account manager, you can ask the customer service for somebody to be assigned. Typically, you get an account manager when you make a deposit, depending on your eligibility. Okay, but definitely can help you with the plan. Let's get rid of that. Can we access, sorry, how can we access the signals? So this is super simple. Like I said, it takes exactly 5 seconds to go onto the signal section, maybe less. Let's count. 1. We're already here. Now, the signal section is one thing, and it's great. I'm going to show you now the signal section. It's very enjoyable. Why? Okay, we have a question from Adriano Giorgio. Why all plans I made have failed? I'm guessing. This is a very wild guess, but were your plans designed with a specific agenda, or it was just a plan putting numbers down? Was there a logic behind it, a certain agenda that allows you to, what the plan that you have made was supposed to help you with? What was the plan about? If you can write it down, at the same time that I'm with you, I'm going to explain about the signal section, but I'm reading your answer. Okay? Like I said, a good plan should have amounts and all those sort of things that I wrote down. Now, the signal section is super simple to get to. I just clicked here and I'm already here. But there is also a way, because in here, if I scroll down, I'm going to get already a list with things that has signals on them, right? But what if I want to pick my asset and see if it has a signal or not? So one way to obviously go to the signal section and start searching it, going through the list, okay, but that takes time. What if I want to check if there is a signal for gold? Let's say I like gold, I put gold down. Okay, now if I go with gold, what I need to do is I need to click here on gold, and if I have this blue lightning icon, I click it and it shows me that it has a signal. Yeah, super simple. It didn't take me 10 seconds. Look, I'm going to show it to you again. Putting down gold, clicking it from the list, clicking on the signal, and I'm on it. And I just have to choose a buy or a sell scenario. That's all. I already have the take profit, stop loss, everything is predetermined with analysis provided from the Trading Central. That's it. I can validate things and put support and resistance and start doing further analysis, which I highly recommend, but I don't have to. With 3 clicks, I'm already applying the signal, and I can modify the lot size, and I can modify the ratio here, and I can basically use it as I want. There is a question here. I plan with 3 signals. Yeah, but the plan needs to contain, look, all those things that I wrote here: strategy, risk money management, goals, targets, position duration, all those things, even plans and deposits and withdrawals can be part of your plan. But it needs to be more sophisticated than just going with signals and randomly doing things, because if the signal is good but it's not as accurate, or you would like to modify something with the lot size. So let's suppose I'm going to go with gold, click here with sell. Okay, oh, sorry, let's click here. Okay, gonna go with a sell. All right, let's suppose that I'm going to go with the signal as it is. But this is very small for me. I'm not sure that I'm going to hold this position to make 80 quid. I want to make much more than that. So perhaps I need to analyze, I need to increase my lot size, right? Right, but what if this is too big for me and my exposure, I just don't like it. Perhaps I would like to, so there are lots of things beside using the signal bluntly to put in a plan that can make it more efficient. There is a question from Rashid: how effective are the signals? Ooh, it depends on a few things. Look, let me show you the signal section. So Jeremiah here, do we need to do technical analysis on signals? Let me answer you both. So, thank you. Okay, and thank you. Now, before I answer you both, I would like to share with you guys the links that I have here down below, because I want to save you the trouble to get more content in our website with just the link, and you don't have to do anything else. I'm just sharing with you those on the chat. I really hope that it's sent. I have no way to validate this. There is a question from Bronwyn: is it advisable for the individual have to wait for take profit to be hit, or should profit taken when reversal is formed? Thank you. Okay, that is depending on your plan. And I will explain to you why. Let's suppose that we're going to go with, we saw gold. Let's pick something else. Let's go with NASDAQ as an example. Okay. Let's go with, does this look like a buy or a sell? Let's go with the sell, with the buy, see how it looks like. No, let's go with the sell. Okay. So the question from Rashid, how effective the signals are. What can help you use a signal to its, let's say, full efficiency, if you want to put it this way, is, as you can see, the signal was produced on a certain timestamp on a certain scenario, right? Of course, if I'm going to take a signal from long ago, a few hours ago, it might be already futile from a simple reason that the levels analyzed on that signal has already passed. And this is why I'm going to get this lovely message here. The market has already reached a key level. Okay, with that in mind, if I'm going to take a signal that was just produced, I understand that the analysis still has the potential to get to the levels. And I'm not taking something that has already been analyzed a long time ago. This is one thing that can have an impact if the signal is efficiently used or not. This one has already passed, so of course it's not efficient to use the signal, as it's not even going to let me use the take profit and the stop loss automatically. I have to place it on my own. Yeah, so this is regarding the question how efficient they are. Of course, I'm not going to pull down a percentage that can tell you, listen, the percentage is this. Of course, I have no idea. You have to test it by yourself. Jeremiah, you're asking about technical analysis with the signals, and I'm going to answer you bluntly. I would recommend you to analyze it either way. I always recommend to analyze by yourself, as signals, I'd like to call it as an additional layer. Some people might not agree and tell me, Danny, signals are amazing and I make money all the time. Sure, but it does not prevent me from, it does not entirely taking my responsibility to analyze and do the rest of the process, risk money management and everything I usually say. Now, the question to Brana Win, you asked about waiting for the take profit or not. Okay, let's say, and the reason that I told you that it depends on the plan, right? So let's suppose that we are with buy scenario here, okay, and I'm with, let's say, one lot. Okay, and my take profit from the signal is at 83.5, which is approximately here. Oh, sorry, we are looking at, days, minutes. Okay, this signal must have been analyzed with days, or let's validate the time frames. Okay, oh, we already have it. How convenient, 83.45. Okay, so let's suppose that I'm holding the signal, right? I'm holding it, and I see that it doesn't get to the take profit. It could start consolidating in here. Okay, let's suppose that my consolidation area was here. Okay, a few hours, I see that it got stuck. And instead of the green line, it gets stuck at 83. Okay, it doesn't go the $0.50, the 40 cents that I'm expecting it to get to. Now, if I'm willing to settle with 990 instead of this additional 500 quid, so I can close it. If I'm not, I can wait. Okay, but it depends on me. I can choose. I can basically choose. With the signal, I'm still able to maneuver entirely free, and I can close the position whenever I want. Okay, guys, unfortunately, we are out of time for today. I'm going to give you half a minute to copy and paste this code to get a one-on-one premium market review from your account manager. So I'm quickly going to paste it down here at the chat. And apart from that, I would like to appreciate everybody who has assisted me, all the people here from the audience with your questions and with the the feedback and everything. This is really important for AvaTrade. It's really important for us to keep improving. So all your suggestions, please send it to us and let us keep improving. Yeah, apart from that, I wish you all fruitful week, make a lot of profits. Like I said, the recorded version will be on our YouTube. And that's it. Apart from that, I wish you all have a good day.